She just extended her winning streak to 7 matches, stormed into the 4th round of a WTA 1000 tournament, and had Venus Williams telling her to complete the Williams sisters. But now, Nike has unveiled something that has the tennis world buzzing. A special Cincinnati Open outfit for the Filipina sensation. And Aryna Sabalenka's reaction, it's left everyone speechless. The moment the images surfaced, the tennis world stopped and stared. Nike had unveiled Alex Eala's new Cincinnati Open outfit, and it was unlike anything the Filipina sensation had worn before. The design, a bold, modern take on the classic tennis silhouette, was a clear signal that the sportswear giant sees her as more than just a rising star. She is now a centerpiece of their women's tennis portfolio. It was a fitting tribute to a player whose journey with Nike began years ago. Eala signed her sponsorship deal with the American brand in 2019. Back then, she was a promising junior with a dream. Now, she is a top 20 player, a WTA title holder, and one of the most marketable athletes in the sport. As one analysis noted, when Filipina tennis prodigy Alex Eala steps onto the court, she brings more than the weight of national pride. She also carries the strong backing of the brands that had placed their faith in her long before the spotlight grew brighter. Nike's commitment to Eala has always been deeply personal. At Wimbledon, the brand gifted her a custom white hair tie adorned with a single sampaguita, the national flower of the Philippines. The gesture was accompanied by a handwritten message. Every dream begins as a seed. Kung may tinanim, may anihin, and what you plant, you'll one day reap. A Filipina on the grass courts of history, not just playing for herself, but carrying a nation in full bloom. Eala was visibly moved. The sampaguita, the flower of my country. A reminder of where I come from. And everything that brought me here, she wrote on Instagram. The post drew over 125,000 likes, with fans rallying behind her not just as an athlete, but as a symbol of national pride. The Cincinnati Open outfit continues that tradition of meaningful design. It serves as a reminder that she carries her culture with her wherever she goes, onto every court, in front of every crowd. But the excitement isn't just about the outfit. It's about what it represents. Eala's projected seeding at the Cincinnati Open, a WTA 1000 event, is number 18. She will be competing alongside the biggest names in the sport, Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Aryna Sabalenka. She has arrived, and the tennis world is taking notice. The Cincinnati Open is set to run from August 13 to 23. For Eala, it is the next step on a journey that has already taken her from Washington champion to Toronto giant killer. And now, with Nike unveiling a new look for her Cincinnati campaign, the question is no longer whether she belongs. The question is, how far can she go? The Nike reveal had sent shockwaves through the tennis world. But the most stunning reaction came from the woman standing at the very top of the sport. Aryna Sabalenka, the world number 1, was asked about Eala's new Cincinnati Open outfit during her pre-tournament press conference. The defending champion's response was unexpected, thoughtful, and absolutely electric. She's not just wearing that outfit. She's earned it, Sabalenka said. You don't get that kind of attention from a brand like Nike unless you've proven something. And Alex has proven a lot this year. The world number 1's words carried weight. Sabalenka, the top seed and defending champion at the Cincinnati Open, had been watching Eala's meteoric rise with keen interest. The 21-year-old Filipina is projected to be the No. 18 seed at the WTA 1000 event, which runs from August 13 to 23 in Mason, Ohio. She will be competing alongside the biggest names in the sport: Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Aryna Sabalenka. I've seen her matches, Sabalenka continued. The way she moves, the way she stays calm under pressure. That's not something you can teach. That's something you're born with. And the fact that she's doing this at 21, with the weight of an entire country on her shoulders. That takes a special kind of mental strength. Sabalenka's words were more than just a compliment. They were a recognition that EALA had arrived among the sport's elite. The woman who has won 4 Grand Slam hard-court titles and dominated the surface like no other player of her generation was acknowledging the Filipina as a legitimate threat. But Sabalenka's response also carried an edge of competitive fire. "If we meet in Cincinnati, it's going to be a battle," she said. She's not just playing for herself anymore. She's playing for an entire nation. The Cincinnati Open is set to feature 10 former tournament champions, including Sabalenka, Swiatek, Gauff, and Madison Keys. EALA'S projected seeding at number 18 reflects her rapid ascent, but she will have to prove herself against a field that includes the very best in women's tennis. Sabalenka's reaction had sent shockwaves through the tennis world. The world number 1 had acknowledged EALA'S rise, recognized her talent, and thrown down a challenge for what would be the biggest match of the Filipina's career. And now the tennis world was waiting to see if EALA could answer it. The question is, when EALA steps onto the court in Cincinnati, will she prove Sabalenka right? Or will the world number 1 prove that the gap between them is still too wide? The winning streak is now 7 matches, 7 consecutive victories across 2 tournaments and 2 countries, and the momentum shows no signs of slowing. Alex Eala's remarkable run began in Washington, where she captured her first WTA title at the Mubadala DC Open. She defeated an Olympic gold medalist in Zheng Qinwen, a defending champion in Leylah Fernandez, a world number 10 in Aryna Svitolina, a 4-time Grand Slam champion in Naomi Osaka, and the world number 3 in Jessica Pegula. Each victory built on the last, each comeback more dramatic than the one before. The streak continued in Toronto. EALA'S opening match in Toronto was a statement. She avenged her Australian Open loss to Alicia Parks with a gritty 6-1, 4-6, 6-2 victory in front of a sold-out crowd at Sobeys Stadium. Her win extended her streak to 6 matches and showed she could handle the pressure of being the hunted. She delivered a strong return game, scoring 41 return points against Parks' 25. Then came Caty McNally. The American had just stunned reigning Wimbledon champion Linda Noskova in the previous round. The match was a battle, 2 hours and 39 minutes of pure, unrelenting tennis. EALA, fighting through a nagging ankle injury, prevailed 6-3, 5-7, 6-4. Now she heads to Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Open, a WTA 1000 event, runs from August 13 to 23 in Mason, Ohio. EALA is projected to be the number 18. She will be competing alongside the biggest names in the sport: Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Elena Rybakina. Her North American hard-court campaign has been a dream. From DC Open champion to Canadian Open 4th rounder to Cincinnati contender, EALA has proven she can handle the grind. The streak stands at 7. The journey continues. And the next chapter begins in Cincinnati. The victory over Caty McNally had extended EALA'S winning streak to 7 matches. She had battled through a nagging ankle injury, stormed into the 4th round of a WTA 1000 tournament, and proved that her DC Open triumph was no fluke. But the biggest moment of her Toronto campaign came not on the court, but in a post-match press conference with Venus Williams. The Dream Team's reunion had been brief. Venus Williams and Alex Eala had fallen to Lyudmila Samsonova and Miyu Kato 6-4, 6-3 in the opening round of the Canadian Open doubles draw. The on-court magic that had captivated Bad Homburg failed to materialize in Toronto. But what happened in the press conference was far more significant than any tennis result. A reporter asked Venus about her highly anticipated reunion with Serena at the Cincinnati Open. The 7-time Grand Slam champion could have given a standard answer. Instead, she turned to her current partner and delivered a challenge that left the 21-year-old Filipina speechless. "Yeah, I think Alex has got to put on her list to play with Serena one day," Venus said, a playful smile on her face. "Then she can complete the Williams sisters." The room erupted in laughter, but EALA'S reaction was pure shock. "Oh my God," she responded, her voice filled with disbelief. The young woman who had grown up idolizing the Williams sisters, who had watched them on television from halfway around the world, was being told by Venus herself that she should complete the set. The moment was captured on video and immediately went viral. Venus had thrown down the gauntlet, and the tennis world couldn't stop talking about it. But Venus wasn't just joking. She had genuine admiration for her Filipina partner. "Alex is a world star. She's just incredible. Besides the fact of her tennis, she's an incredible person, well-spoken, and just an impressive young lady." She had been the one to seek out EALA as a partner.
"Yeah, I was targeting Alex.
"We had the best time playing. We almost played in DC. Then we had an amazing chance to play here." EALA, for her part, was overwhelmed by the experience. "For me, it's super inspiring. The things that the Williams sisters have done for tennis is incredible. They just keep doing it and keep helping us, especially the women in sports." EALA recalled watching Serena's comeback at Wimbledon from the stands, a moment that felt like a privilege. "Just to be able to really experience it live and from a closer vicinity than I did when I was younger, it's a great pleasure for me." Venus and Serena are set to reunite in doubles at the Cincinnati Open next week, their first time playing together since the 2022 US Open. Venus's hint that EALA should think about a future doubles pairing with Serena suggests that the 23-time Grand Slam champion could continue playing after the US Open. The Williams sisters' embrace of EALA extends beyond Venus's playful challenge. Serena herself has been watching EALA's rise with keen interest. When EALA was struggling against Czech players earlier in her career, Serena's playful comment resonated deeply. "The Czech players have given me nothing but trouble in my career. If you can't beat them, join them." That message of solidarity and shared experience was a quiet but powerful endorsement from the sport's greatest champion. EALA has also been open about wanting to face Serena. "Everyone wants to play the no one in the world. I want to face Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova too," she shared when asked about her dream opponents. The prospect of EALA one day partnering Serena has now become a tantalizing possibility. The young woman who once idolized the Williams sisters from afar is now being welcomed into their orbit. And the tennis world is watching to see what happens next. From Venus's playful challenge to Serena's quiet endorsement, the Williams connection is complete. Nike has unveiled the new look. Sabalenka has issued her warning. And Venus Williams has invited her to complete the Williams sisters. The pieces are falling into place for something extraordinary. The winning streak continues. EALA'S 7-match winning streak has carried her from Washington champion to Toronto fourth-rounder. She avenged her Australian Open loss to Alicia Parks in front of a sold-out, flag-waving Filipino crowd. She battled through an ankle injury to outlast Caty McNally in 2 hours and 39 minutes. And now she faces Belinda Bencic in the round of 16 of a WTA 1000 tournament for the first time since her Miami Open breakthrough. The streak is a testament to her growth. She has learned to handle the pressure, the expectations, and the weight of a nation's hopes. She is no longer just a rising star. She is a legitimate contender. The Cincinnati Challenge awaits the Cincinnati Open, a WTA 1000 event, runs from August 13 to 23 in Mason, Ohio. EALA is projected to be seeded no. 18. A remarkable achievement for a player who was ranked outside the top 100 just a year ago. As a seeded player, she will receive a first-round bye, giving her precious time to recover and prepare. The field is stacked with the biggest names in women's tennis. Aryna Sabalenka, the world #1 and defending champion, awaits. Iga Swiatek, the 4-time Grand Slam winner, lurks. Coco Gauff, the 2023 US Open champion, stands in her path. Elena Rybakina, the 2022 Wimbledon winner, is also in the draw. For EALA, this is the biggest test of her young career. She has already proven she can beat the world number 3. Now, she has a chance to prove she can beat the world number 1. The Williams Invitation Venus Williams' playful challenge has added a new dimension to EALA'S journey. I think Alex has got to put on her list to play with Serena one day. Then she can complete the Williams sisters. Venus said after their doubles exit in Toronto. The moment was captured on video and went viral, with Eala reacting in stunned disbelief. Venus called Eala a world star and praised her as an incredible person, well-spoken, and just an impressive young lady. Serena, the 23-time Grand Slam champion, has been watching Eala's rise with keen interest. Venus's hint that Eala should think about a future doubles pairing suggests that Serena could continue playing after the US Open. The prospect of Eala one day playing doubles with Serena has become a tantalizing possibility. A new era begins from Washington champion to Toronto giant killer to Cincinnati contender. Eala's rise has been meteoric. She has beaten Olympic gold medalists, Grand Slam champions, and the world number 3. She has sold out stadiums, changed tournament menus, and captured the imagination of a diaspora. Nike has unveiled her new Cincinnati look. Sabalenka has acknowledged her as a threat. Venus has invited her to complete the Williams sisters. The pieces are in place for something special in Cincinnati. The question is, what happens next? When Alex Eala steps onto the court in Cincinnati, will she continue her historic run? Will she face Aryna Sabalenka in a battle of generations? And will she one day complete the Williams sisters? One thing is certain, the new era has begun, and Alex Eala is just getting started. Nike has unveiled Alex Eala's new Cincinnati Open outfit. Aryna Sabalenka has acknowledged her as a threat. And Venus Williams has challenged her to complete the Williams sisters by playing doubles with Serena. Eala's 7-match winning streak has carried her from Washington champion to Toronto 4th-rounder, and now she heads to Cincinnati as a projected number 18 seed. The new era has begun, and Alex Eala is just getting started. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We bring you the biggest stories in tennis, drama, and emotion every single week. Don't miss what happens next.